What's up? I'm DJ Sixsmith. You're watching The Sit Down. Rob McElhenney is here with us. He's got his brand new quarantine show, Mythic Quest. How are you, man?
I'm excellent. I'm very excited to get the episode out there.
It was really ambitious, and you guys pulled it off. It's hilarious. It deals with some deeper issues. What was the biggest surprise of putting this thing together?
The biggest surprise, well, first of all, it was by far the hardest production that I've ever been a part of. But I didn't expect to feel in the end as I do, which is that I think it's the episode of television of which I'm most proud of my entire career.
I mean, that's saying a lot. You've done a lot of great television, and I think the show's really funny too. What's been like building it out, and how would you describe the comedic tone to people who haven't watched it yet?
For this particular episode or for the show in general?
For this episode, and then the show overall.
Yeah, well, anybody who's seen Sunny, I think it borrows. I think there's just an inherent sense of humor that I have and that I share with Megan Gans and with David Hornsby, who are executive producers on both shows, and that we just and certainly in creating the show with Charlie, that we bring into this show, and yet we didn't want to do the same exact thing. So we wanted to explore different aspects of the human condition and people's lives and office culture, and make it feel a little bit more rooted in reality, whereas Sunny is rooted in I think rooted somewhere on like Saturn.
How about exploring Ayan Grimm? What's it like playing that guy?
Fun. Yeah, I mean, I like playing difficult people, and I would say that Mac is a very difficult person, and Ayan is a difficult person, but in two completely different, for different reasons. I think Ayan is incredibly intelligent and very good at what he does, one of the best in the world, whereas I don't know that Mac is good at anything. And so there is just something really fun to play with in terms of Ayan's not only narcissism, and massive ego, but then his ability to pull things off when they need to be pulled off, because that is a struggle that I think a lot of us have to deal with people in our lives who exhibit some of this type of like toxic behavior, and yet also have the ability to execute things that certain people can't. And how do we navigate that type of personality?
Yeah, a lot going on with him, a lot going on in the video game world as well. What fascinated you the most about exploring that and like the people in it and just how gaming has become so huge lately?
Well, mostly because anything I've ever seen in the past that was set in the world of the video game industry, whether it be the developers or the players themselves, felt very specifically derisive and cruel and ultimately untrue. And mostly, I would see these sort of stereotypes of gamers as being these lame, guys that live in the basement in their mother's basement, playing these games by themselves, and it's just inauthentic. It's just not true, and the gaming industry dwarfs our traditional entertainment industry. I mean, by a massive amount. So I wanted to sort of explore the realities of what that meant, and paint a completely different picture of what the industry is like. And so that if you could watch the show and you had never played a video game in your life, you could still enjoy it. But if you were an avid gamer or you were a developer, that it felt authentic to your experience.
So there's a line in episode 1 where Ayan's like, everybody has a game. There was a game for everybody growing up. What was the game for you?
Well, growing up, it would have to be Zelda, the original Zelda, because that was the first. Now, like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was something I was like obsessed with, and I didn't have a Nintendo because we couldn't afford one, but my neighbor did, and I would always go to his house after school. And the Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was like a fun game, but the first time that I got truly immersed in a story and an adventure was the original Adventures of Zelda. So but then as I grew older, I kind of stopped playing again until Tecmo Bowl came out. And then that was a cultural phenomenon amongst boys of my age at that time, where I just played Tecmo Bowl nonstop anytime I went to a friend's house.
Yeah, those are some good ones right there. How about for you? Like, you act in this thing, you wrote it, you created it. Like, I talked to Jimmy Simpson, one of your guys, last year, and like going back to your New York days, like you guys have just always kind of done this thing. So how has everything sort of prepared you up to now in terms of being an actor, being a writer, and also creating a show?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been exceptionally fortunate to find the right people to work with and to partner with, and and executing on projects that are fairly lo-fi. Certainly, Sunny, we shot the original. Not only did we shoot the original pitch for Sunny, which was us just with cameras making it, we made 2 episodes of that. But then the whole first 5 seasons were shot with cameras. You know what? The first 10 seasons were shot with cameras that are less powerful than this.
Wow.
We were shooting in standard def, which is what everybody was shooting in, and now we're walking around with machines that can pick up 4K imagery, and it's miraculous to a certain point. And so anybody could make a show like Sunny right now. Anybody. And
Rob, you pulled off a great episode. Awesome show, man. Thanks so much for hanging out. I really appreciate the time, and best of luck going forward, all right?
Absolutely. Thank you.